Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're back in the 3.5 Monster Manual, and we're working on the Cloaker. So it's a large aberration. A long black cloak hangs from the cave wall. Suddenly the cloak slips from the wall and catches a breeze moving through the cavern. Then unfolds the cloak, becoming dark wings and a bony whip-like tail. Blah, 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 blah. So that's what we're working for. So, let's see, what do we have to work on this? We need some kind of spine. I haven't got a plan for that. So let's look in my box. Okay. It has no tailbone, but I think we can make it work. We'll have to manufacture a tailbone for it in some form. And looking at the concept art, it's got like a long kind of tailbone thing going there that we need to recreate in some form. So let's look in our boxes and see what we have here. Something like that could work. We already stole that dude's wings anyways. Alright. She's a bust. Probably should have done this before the video, huh? Oh well. No tail. Tail's too small. Okay. No problem. We got plenty to work from here still. I already cut one scorpion up today. I didn't take his tail. Let's see what box he's in. He's in this box. Nope. Because it'd be like towards the top, I'm guessing. Here we go. Sweet. All right. I think we took everything we needed out of there. Cool. All right. Let's get this homeboy's tail. We can make that work. Maybe. All right, we need a base. Using a poker chip from the Dollar Tree. It's a size large. So, immediately we need to decide something. Are we going to try to mount this thing directly to the base, or are we going to do a flight stand? I think that the way to go on this is going to be to mount it to the base. I'm guessing. I don't have all the answers. Okay. like that. Boop. Oh, look, somebody's outside being cool. Rev it up. Alright, so we're going to need some rocks. And I think what we're going to do is kind of how we did the one guy that was, we did like a little bit of a rock pile and then went from there. I'm going to do the same thing here. Then I'm going to set this off to the side in front of the fan while we start working on our body. So I think what we want to do is we want to capture a different little bit of a shape than this right there. So to do that, I'm going to snip this into 3 parts. And then I'm going to re-glue these together. Okay. Oops. Wrong way. There we go. I snipped that backwards too. We're just going to connect these up. That's kind of a tail. Oh, that's the inside. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, okay, I did it right. All right. And we're going to get the tail on there. So you just snip these down a little bit. It stuck to my hand. I didn't realize it. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Now on this back part, we can put more glue and strengthen that up because this part's going to be behind material. We're not going to see it. So let's just grab that, get glue on it, and smooth that out. We'll set that over here to dry. Alright, so now we need some fabric. So I've got some pieces of t-shirt here. This is just t-shirt my kids grew out of. My scissors are getting dull. It's because they're meant to be, not to be used to cut fabric, probably. Okay, so let's see. We need to kind of get that on there in some way that it holds its shape. And then we need something to like fold these around with. So I think the way to do that, the easiest way to do that would be to get this and let's glue a piece of wire to it. Let's get some of this Christmas wire I use for like everything. Let's start with just that middle part. And we'll let that dry for a sec, cool for a second so it does what it's supposed to. And then we'll just get these other top parts going too. So once we get that in place, we want to bend that up a little bit so that it's curved. Okay. We'll let that cool. Let's go check, see how our base is doing. Okay, I'm going to get a little fabric here and get some of the excess glue out of there so it'll dry better. Okay. Something like that. Oh, I get stuff glued to me here. Okay, this should be pretty cool by now. Oh, nope, I'm wrong, and it's stuck to my thumb. Alright, cool. Alright. So now we want to get this onto here. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue down the middle. That's more than a dab. It's very hot. Okay. I'm going to bend that into a little bit of a shape there. I recommend you let that cool before you do that. It keeps sticking to my skin, and I've pulled off some chunks of skin lately doing this. And I never really had that problem when I don't have the camera, so it's kind of a new injury thing I'm starting to get. I mean, no injury is a good injury when it comes to crafting. We don't want to hurt ourselves or others when we're doing stuff, but, you know. So now we want to fold that over some and kind of get that in there. So I'm just going to flop that around and pull that in. And that's okay if you get a little bit outside of that area. It's not going to kill you. It might burn your hand, but it won't kill you. Okay. Now these have a face. And it's kind of like a, I don't know what to, let me get the book, I'll show you. These have a face. And I'm not sure how to capture that face exactly. But right there we have kind of like the start of that, right? So let's see if we can find like the lower jaw of a zombie or a skeleton or something that we can make work. Lower jaw. Let's see what we can do with this dude. That was not ideal. Okay. So where's the lower jaw at? Uh-oh. Well, I lost the lower jaw throughout all that. All right. Let me find something else. I'll be right back. All right. A lot of digging going on over here, sorry. Alright, let's get an animal. Animals have lower jaws. We'll steal that. Something with teeth. This is turning out to be a debacle. I apologize. I take full responsibility for this debacle. I'm just trying to find some teeth. Found some. Alright, that was a hippo. And no, he didn't have a ton of teeth. He had some teeth. So, I'm just going to get a dab of glue and put it there. Okay. And then we want to open that up some. Like that. And then we're going to come in here and get some of this glue wet. Hot, I mean. Get in there and clean up around that jawline. Okay. Now, we have some serious issues that we need to address, like one. Let's get some shape going with these, with this fold over part. Something like that. Now, in the artwork, he also had like two little things that would like hang around your shoulders there, two little spikes. So let's get whatever I have here to get. That a spider or something. There we go. That's not going to be perfect. Yeah, we'll try it. Oh, I just broke the corner of that, squeezing it. All right, so let's get this guy's little. I don't know which parts to use. Let's do those little front things here. Let's cut those balls off them because we don't need balls on them. Okay, and we just want to kind of mount those in there. So I'm just going to get the tiniest dip of glue. Shove those in. Get them twisted around and good. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Okay. Okay. Now we want to get rid of spider webs. We want to kind of set him on here in such a way hold on, I need to smooth these down a little better here. Just a little bit better. And see what I'm doing? I'm just getting glue and smashing that seam down with heat and then smoothing it out. That's all I'm doing. Ah, that piece of darn stuff. Alright, so to mount this to the base, I'd like to cut this little piece off too. There we go. Make that a little more pointed. Do that to the other side maybe. Okay. So to mount this guy to the base, we're just going to get some glue here. Get that wet. We're going to get some glue on his tail. Okay. All right. So there's our guy, our cloaker. Now this fabric's going to be really soft if we leave it like this. You know that. I know that. So now we're going to have to get some super glue and get it into the fabric and let it absorb around and solidify this dude and harden him up. And then if you want to give them a little bit of like interest as it's starting to solidify, start pulling on some of the spots and pushing on some of the spots and give them some some shape. Okay. There we go. I think that's going to do what we want. On the edge corners here, it looks like he has some little claws too, but I didn't add those. So let's quickly and painlessly attempt to add some little claws in here. Okay. We're just going to put a little glue on those to make sure they stay too. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at him and see how we did. So there's our Cloaker. He's a size large aberration. And he looks like a cloak on the wall, and he turns into a big stingray bat monster. I think we've accomplished that with relative ease. I need my toothpick. I lost it. We'll use this piece of bone to make sure this is all sturdy and not going anywhere. Yeah, that's sturdy. Okay. I think we can add a couple little rocks along the base there to add some more interest since we're here. We got a second. By the way, my name is Doom, if you hadn't caught on. And I am one half of the Dungeon Swag team, and I also run the Dungeons and Doom Biscuit YouTube channel. I'm an old guy. It works out of my basement for fun as a hobby. This is not my job. I am not, whatever you call it. Just an amateur. I have been doing this for many years, but I have not been making monsters from the monster manual for many years. But I've been kit bashing minis, and I've been converting minis to be other things. And I'd be 20-something years, 30 years I've been doing that. I'm in my 40s now. So we started playing. My friend Daryl introduced D&D to me when I was 10 or 11 maybe. And shortly thereafter I started DMing. And we didn't play with miniatures back then, but now we do. And I've been the DM ever since. And I've been making minis and terrain and whatever you need. So here we go. There's our Cloaker. We'll see how he looks when we get a little more into this craft here with the paint. A little bit of glue sticking up there. A little bit sticking up there. Oh, he got on fire a little bit. That's all right. Just adds interest, right? All right. So here's our Cloaker. We'll come back and see him. I'll have him base coated. Like, subscribe, share, notification bell. Go to the website, check out our minis, buy some minis, get some free minis if you want some. We have an opportunity for that. We have a discount if you have interest in that. And we'll come back when this guy's base coated and we'll paint him, see how it looks. All right. In the meantime, thanks for watching. We're going to come back and we're going to do part 2 of the Cloaker. Have a good day.